Hi, it's Matthew in the kitchen again, and today I'm going to make a one-pot pressure cooker shepherd's pie. Now, to be fair, I browned my meat, and I fried up my onions in the pressure cooker before I did this video. But it's still one pot, so that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start out with the standard pressure shepherd's pie base that I use. So I've got my onions in there, throw in about a tablespoon of butter, mix that around a little bit. Got my pound of ground meat that I've already fried up. Mix that up a little bit. I do like to put a vegetable in there. Today, vegetable I'm going to use is going to be some butternut squash. Just throw that in there. Let me just go see if I've got some peas. Got the frozen peas. So I'll add about a cup of frozen peas. And then some frozen corn. Another half a cup, 3/4 of a cup, however much you like to put in there. So right now I've got a pretty good base for it. Got to make the gravy. So for that, put a bit of ground pepper in there. Love my fresh ground pepper. I put it on everything. Most of the time, I don't use black pepper that much. I'm actually using red and green pepper. They taste a little bit different, and I like them a lot more. I really think there is a difference in taste, and green and red are my favorite. A little bit of salt too. Now, already got some butter in there. To make up the rest of it, to give it a lot of flavor, I'm going to use beef stock as the basis for my liquid here. So let's add that in. See how much I have. So I've got a little bit less than a cup of that. I'm going to add the rest of it, the other cup and a half of liquid. I'm just going to add a little bit of hot water. So I've got that in there. Now, to keep it from being too watery, I like to add cornstarch. So just add a nice generous tablespoon of cornstarch, which is why I always do this in a little sealed water bottle. Other things, the appearance for flavor. Put in a little bit of that. Well, not really a little bit. They say put in about a tablespoon or so. I love the flavor of this stuff, so I'm going to put in quite a bit. And ready to go. Gravy browning. So add a little bit of browning there. Don't need too much of this. Too much it'll taste pretty nasty actually. So I've got this. Shake it up and add in my liquid. So there we go, and I will add it in. And there is my shepherd's pie base. All the meat and vegetables and everything else that I'm going to do in there. Now comes the tricky part. You could boil up and do your potatoes in advance. Today I'm going to try something different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blend up my potatoes raw, throw them in on top, and see how that works out. So to do that, I'm going to use my Blendtec blender, which I love. Because, well, one of the nice things about this blender is it's got a lot of power. I have my potatoes. Let's see, will it blend? A little bit big. So a nice low speed. Let's add a little bit of water in there. Pump it out a little bit. All right. Mashed potatoes. Now these are raw, so I'm just gonna put them on top. And I've got my mashed potatoes, my shepherd's pie. You could peel the potatoes, but I think the potato skins are supposed to be healthier. I don't really mind them. I actually kind of like them. I'm also really lazy, so I'm gonna leave them on. So there, I have my shepherd's pie in one pot, ready to go. And turn this up. Make sure that goes down. Put this on. And I'm going to go and I'm going to cook it for 15 minutes. And let's see what we end up with at the end. Okay, and let's see what we've got. Whew. Quite hot. It looks a little dark. All right. So I always like to show exactly what I get, and this looks a little bit mixed. It's a little bit runnier than I normally like my shepherd's pie. It's actually quite stewy. Potatoes look interesting. Let's see how this tastes. Potatoes good. Kind of dumpling-like. The rest of it, it is a little bit wetter than I like. But it worked out pretty good. So I'm hoping once this cools down a little bit, we'll actually have something a little bit edible. But I think next time I'm gonna have to cut back a little bit on the liquid and maybe do something about the about that. You can see it's quite runny. But you know, you've got to try new things, and I'm gonna try this. So if you think this idea was crazy, that's fine. But if you want to see what other things I try, most of my meals do actually work out. Subscribe to the channel, look at the other things, see what I've got to offer there. If you have ideas, send me an email and I'll try them. I won't guarantee that they work because they don't always do, but I'd be glad to try new ideas or see if there's something I can do for you. Anyway, that's it for tonight, and this is still going to be my dinner. Good night.